Right on time. It's fantastic to see you. Well, technically, any time the second one of us arrives is right on time. That's when the dinner starts. And the other one is early. It's a habit from turning up to press conferences early to get the inside word. Usually people would mingle while the media person gets things set up, and that's when we'd hear what was really going on. Nope, didn't work at all this time. I have less idea what I'm doing now than I did when I asked you here. Oh, you've got it sorted? Well, that's a relief. I was worried my lack of sleep and nervousness were going to get the better of me, and I'd stuff up something as simple as dinner. Yeah, I guess I am nervous. Nervous enough to have blurted that out anyway. Should we go in? Excellent. I'll follow your lead. Benny knows we're here because he's been staring at me for 15 minutes and gawking from the moment you got here. Hey, Benny. Nah, I'm just glad I didn't have to cook and somebody else is taking the lead tonight. That's because you're a boss, Benny. Okay, spill. You don't get legal protection on who's booked what tables. At least I don't think you do. Yeah, I'm fine with sitting next to the window. That way, if I run out of things to talk about, I can just look down the street and talk about the first thing I see. Yeah, I'll have a Diet Coke, thanks, Benny. Who? Cheers, Benny. You'll keep. There you go. Our dinner will almost certainly be interrupted by a human-sized stack of nasty awful. Yes, the Peter to which we are referring is indeed the local Member of Parliament. I'm glad you got that from a first name and the term nasty awful. Yeah, it's that special brand of toxic that only comes from putting an old boy into an old boys club with too much power and not enough accountability. Oh, bugger. No wonder he keeps getting away with it. I'm the accountability. Makes sense, though. We're not exactly equipped to keep a proper eye on him. Nah, not even close. Case in point, I haven't even managed to do a profile on your business yet, and we've been working on those for over a year now. Yeah, that was Joss's idea. I was getting too focused on the old way of doing things. I thought that if we journalisted hard enough, people would come back to the paper. Now we're starting to see that we'll never beat them, so we're going to have to join them. You bet. Well, we're going to try. Social media scares the hell out of me, and I don't know if I want to give Joss free rein to do everything. You're right. Joss has never let me down yet. How does trusting your staff work out for you? See, there's my mistake. I was wondering why I hadn't been home before 9 p.m. since I became editor. Ah, shit. Here comes trouble. G'day, Peter. Good to see you without our work hats on. Ah, always the professional. Yes, exactly. Unless you're on social media. Okay, I think the two of us are going to get along real well. No, Peter, don't get upset. It was a fair comment by a constituent. I'd have nothing to publish if you weren't saying something racist or homophobic on Facebook. What? One thing. So if we can come up with... You're right, there was the immigrants aren't like us post. Then you followed up with the Aussie values are Christian values rant after your bosses forced you to be present for citizenship ceremonies for Muslims. Yep. There are no gays in my electorate, quote. How the hell did I forget that one? Thank you. Peter, I was the one you said it to. You can't claim it was taken out of context. I asked you how the gay community felt about you voting against recognizing their right to marriage, and you said, full stop to full stop, there are no gays in my electorate. Don't know any? Peter, I'm queer. And there you go. Both of the people at this table are queer in one way or another. I told you as much when I became editor because you slagged off those queers in the media during our first meeting. He did what? Peter. Mate. That's poor form even from you. Now, of course you don't have to stand there and take this from us, especially if you're going to call us those kinds of names. Wait, does she have the messages still? I'll publish those tomorrow if she does. Wow. Done. Call me first thing in the morning and I'll sort it out. Pete, mate, if what my dinner guest just said is... Yeah, well, I'll have a look at them before you blindly accepting your... You know what's in those messages already, don't you, Pete? Nobody flips their lid like that unless... Yeah, I'm ready to order too. Cheers, Benny. Nah, you can sod off, Peter. Enjoy your meal. I'm off the clock and dealing with your idiocy is 4 hours of a day job for me. You amazing, stunning, staggering pang of joy, you. You are fearless. That was mighty. Oh, you remember that? Now I know how the people I interview feel. Nervous. Why was I nervous? Okay, I was trying to think of something smooth to say here, but my mind is just repeating, don't say, because I want to ask you out on a date later. So that's why I was planning on asking you on a date if this went well. No, we never actually said date. I said dinner, and that was what you consented to. I'd be out of line calling it a date. I heard that, Benny. I'll get the mapo tofu, thanks. Yeah, cheers. Just a jug of water for me, but... Thanks, mate. Yeah, it's a bit spicy, but it's good for what ails you. Variety does indeed make things more worthwhile. Sure. Go ahead. You've earned a few personal questions. Right, yeah, the answer to this one might be one of those deal breakers we spoke about. No, not at all. I mean, we both came out to each other as queer 2 minutes ago in front of a homophobic politician. So I'm not worried about that. Well, I'm still single, or at least the main reason I haven't been actively looking for a relationship is that, as far as I know, I'm the only person in the area who's... Nah, I've been through the next bit before. I can be open about it, but thank you for worrying. I'm the only one in the area who's polyamorous. Holy shit. Okay. Would you like for us to start dating romantically? Yeah, I completely understand. I understand enthusiastically. So, finish dinner and we'll set a time?